We went to Capilano Mountain, which is where the suspension bridge is.
Okay.
And it's literally like this suspended bridge, and it's like, it goes over, like, I guess it's like water, trees, and like rocks, whatever. It's really pretty, but like you're walking on it, and like the bridge moves. So it's like, literally if you fell, like you could die.
Damn.
They say it's almost as high as the Statue of Liberty. That's how high the bridge is.
You could have paid me money, Cass. I don't think I would have been on that bridge. I was looking at your snaps, and I was like, oh my god, has nothing ever happened on that bridge?
Hot topics. Presto cards. We're now going to be able to reload them at Shoppers Drug Mart. This news came out, I think I was either in Vancouver or a bit before Vancouver, and I was pretty excited. But my question around this is, already people can reload their card online.
So pretty much, I think at around the age of 4,
Yeah.
the parents saw him trying to cut off his hand because he was in so much pain.
Yeah.
And then they suggested, well, not suggested, they did, they amputated the hand.
Yeah.
But that never stopped. Power Circle Season 2, Episode 9. Power is everywhere, why not talk about it? Reggie Cash.
I'm Cassidy.
What's up? Welcome back.
Yes, we went to Vancouver. Tino, Sab, and I, we went to Vancouver to visit my brother because he's living out there for the next year and a bit for work. And so it was really cool. It was really fun. That we got to see a lot of Vancouver. We did a lot of walking around. My brother lives in Yaletown, so it's kind of like a mix of Byward, but it's toned down. Byward Market is super like club, dirty. Yaletown is like, there's still, I think there's nightlife, a bit of nightlife, but it's a lot of restaurants, like really cool restaurants, patios, not as dirty as Byward Market. And a little like, I would say, not high class, but like high class. Like, how do I explain that? A lot of, like, you'll see like a lot of people like, well dressed up, like well put together. That basically hang out around there. So because my brother lives, Yaletown is a centralized area, so you can walk to different areas of Vancouver, which was nice. We didn't have to pay a lot of transit, or we didn't have to take a cab or anything. We got to walk, like we walked to the harbor front, which is what they call Canada Place, where the Canada Place is. It's a big convention center. And at the harbor, you can see northern Vancouver on the other side of the water. Yeah, and that place is really nice. Like a lot of people, that's where they park their yachts. So I took really cool pictures there. Then we went to Capilano Mountain, which is where the suspension bridge is. Okay. And it's literally like this suspended bridge, and it's like, it goes over, like, I guess it's like water, trees, and like rocks, whatever. It's really pretty. But like you're walking on it, and like the bridge moves. So it's like, literally if you fell, like you could die.
Damn.
They say it's almost as high as the Statue of Liberty. That's how high the bridge is.
You could have paid me money, Cass. I don't think I would have been on that bridge. I was looking at your snaps, and I was like, oh my god, has nothing ever happened on that bridge?
No, they actually say that bridge can hold up to 90 elephants.
It's bullshit.
90 elephants are like a couple thousands of people all at the same time on the bridge, and it wouldn't fall, that's what they say.
I do not.
So we did that, and then, Capilano is actually where they film Bates Motel, for you guys that watch Bates Motel. And it's also where they film, I still call it Archie, but Riverdale. Yeah. Capilano. Northern Vancouver? No, but the area, like whatever, Northern Vancouver. You can tell, like when you're driving up there, you can see the scenery, you see how it matches. We also went to Kitsilano Beach, which was, like the view was beautiful. Like it's still winter and people are hanging around the beach. Like there's actual sand, and like, it's beautiful. We went to this cool record spot where Tino actually bought a few records. It's an actual record.
What did you buy?
Earth, Wind, Fire,
Classic.
Whitney Houston, and Tina Turner.
I like that.
It was really cool. Like you walked in there and it was only records, like just records.
That's dope.
It was really cool. Where else did we go? We did Kessano. We did Stanley Park.
Okay.
Which is it's their national park. So in Ontario, we have the provincial. Well, Ontario, it's kind of like in Quebec. We have Parc de la Gatineau, which is a provincial park. Stanley Park is a national park. It's humongous. In the national park is where the aquarium is, which we didn't get to do, and I'm very sad. But they have the aquarium. They have, I think, another museum. It's literally like almost like you're walking-ish in a forest. There's a lot of trees. There's a few parks within that park. There's restaurants. There's a few like statues, really cool statues. And Stanley, so they called him Lord Stanley, was a Canadian governor. So you know how Michael Jean was a governor? He was a governor like in the 1800s, I think, or early 1900s. And they named that park in honor of colored people.
Amen.
So, and my brother didn't know that, and I'm like, how do you visit a park like you've been here before, and you don't even know this? Like I'm like literally people in Vancouver. I bet you like a lot of people that visit that park didn't even read that on the little.
My question for you, like, tell the viewers a bit about like just for me actually, this is more my question. Victoria and Vancouver are two different spots, correct?
Yeah, Victoria it's an island.
Okay.
You can take the ferry to there. It's a very small island. You can take the ferry to there. I think it's about half an hour to an hour to get there. And apparently you can visit that entire island in one day. Yeah, I was supposed to contact an ex-colleague of mine. I used to work with her before I moved to this new work. But I think she was away on a honeymoon, so I didn't like bother her. I didn't want to bother her. I knew she was either coming back from a honeymoon, and it was in New Zealand, so I mean like the time difference and all that. But definitely next time, now that we visited like Vancouver, I would like to go visit places like Whistler, Victoria. But Victoria is the capital of no, it's the capital of BC.
British.
BC.
It's all good. We make mistakes.
It's apparently very nice.
Is there a parliament down there? Do they have like their own parliament?
That's the one thing I don't think they do. They probably have. I mean, each province has their provincial government.
Yeah.
I didn't see their provincial
Probably in
parliament.
Victoria.
Yeah, it's probably in Victoria. It most likely would be in Victoria. But yeah, so this trip was really like to see what Vancouver is about.
And also was to Granville Island.
Granville Island, yes. Granville, so I feel like every city has a small, like, inner city, I guess, that has character. Okay, so for us, it would be the Byward Market, it would be Westboro. I feel like there's another, the Glebe, okay? These places usually have, like, colored buildings, very small businesses, like, it's very small. So Granville Island is kind of like that. Like they have like yellow buildings, like a restaurant painted in red, like it's bricks. The bricks is what the street is. So Granville Island is that. It's very small. People actually live there. Some stuff there are quite expensive, but their public market is really cool. It's a big like market, kind of like what Ottawa has outside, like during the summer, the farmers market. But it's like in a building, and there's like the meat shop. There's the fish, and like. The fish there are huge, like huge. The crabs are like this big. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It was really fun. Weather-wise, it was similar to what we have today in Ottawa. I think our best day was it was Wednesday, and it was like 12, 13 degrees. It was beautiful, sunny. Like I wore my winter coat for the most part of the trip. Like I still wore my winter coat.
You're always freezing.
It was pretty cold. Like, I wore my winter coat and my big, I'm not wearing it today, but my big scarf there. Yeah, I wore a scarf. And I got sick in Vancouver, guys.
Is wet cold a same, I would say, cold as a dry cold here? Like, people say wet cold is dangerous.
Wet cold.
Like, because of when it rains?
When it rains, and then plus it's like -10.
Yeah,
it's
definitely
-4.
dangerous. Yeah, I don't know. I think dry cold is more dangerous. Like you could frostbite in dry cold.
You can't get frostbite in wet cold?
I don't think so. I don't know. But yeah, the food there is good too. Vancouver, the food in Vancouver is amazing. Also, so I mean, people are gonna want to know. So there's not a lot of black people in Vancouver. We were probably like the biggest group of black people Vancouver people have seen, like ever.
Were they like shocked? I'm surprised.
A lot of people looked. Like people looked. I think people were just like, oh, black people. Like I don't know. I've never seen black people like this before.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Asians. Like the Asians are everywhere. What else? People there. So the norm here, people drive Toyotas and Honda Civics. Over there, people drive Teslas, Maseratis, Porsches, Land Rover, Range Rover. All they drive all of that. Like it's not common to see a lot of Toyotas and Hondas over there. And the people who do drive Hondas or Toyotas, they get like a what is Toyota now has like a sports version.
Cyan.
Yeah, they have like the souped up Science,
Yeah.
you know, and whatever Honda Civic has, they drive, or Honda has, like they drive those kinds of cars. Yeah, I did not see a lot of used, you know, Honda Civics, you know, like here everyone drives that here, including me. But yeah, so that was Vancouver. It was really fun. I want to go back. Like it's definitely I'm gonna go back to Vancouver. I want to see what it's like in the summer. And my next trip to Vancouver, I would like to try the nightlife because this time we didn't do much of the nightlife. So I want to do more of that. I want to visit Whistler and Victoria Island. So that was Vancouver. It was fun.
I like that.
How to Get Away with Murder.
Yes.
So, because we didn't have a show last week, we didn't talk about last episode, so we're going to try to do that. So, last episode was a crossover.
Yes.
The crossover, so Olivia Pope, you saw a little bit of Olivia Pope. It was basically Annalise, who was Nate's dad, was in prison for life for a murder he did not commit. And Annalise decided to take on that case. I forgot how Nate brought it up to her, but she took that case. And Olivia Pope, I think, was more like, what was Olivia Pope's role in that? She was more like an advisor or like a support.
Yeah, she was really a support advisor type of.
Yeah, for Annalise. Because really all she did was encourage Annalise. Like I think she's the one who pushed Annalise or tried to convince her to take this case to the Supreme Court. But yeah, like I think that's what it was. We found out that Simon was awake.
Awake, yeah.
And everyone's freaking out about that, right? Because they're worried. Did you see it?
No, it's okay.
So everyone's freaking out because they're worried of what Simon is going to remember and what he's going to say. Because if you remember, at this party, I forget what her name is, that the black chick, Michaela was going to a law firm
and that was her boss.
Her boss did this party or whatever, and they had to take I can't even think.
They had to take the memory
card or whatever, and Simon saw them, and he ended up just shooting himself, I think.
It's such a boost though, like he shot himself in the head and he's still alive. Like
yeah.
That's insane.
But my thing is, so I think the problem is if he wakes up, the problem is not how he got shot, it's more like what they were doing with the memory card. Yeah. So this episode, there's no more. So the crossover is sad because it was literally one episode. There's no more of Olivia Pope, or maybe she'll come back for the season finale.
We'll see. I think
because we still don't know what happened with the case, right? With the Nathan's case, we don't really know. So maybe she'll come back for season finale. But this episode was more focused on Laurel, I think.
I'm kind of starting to hate Laura. She's becoming annoying.
It was
surrounded by, it's the reason why is because it's Wes, and Wes is her 80s dad.
Wes came back, yeah.
I don't know, like I feel like this year How to Get Away with Murder was different. I like it. It was a bit different. It's not the typical around 23 weeks before, then bam to the present time, whatever the case may be as they usually do it. I think for Laura, it's more like I honestly believe that Frank has something to do with Wes's death. Yeah, because the reason why I say it is like How to Get Away with Murder bases itself out of like it's not something that you can just predict. Like like Sabrina said, that we're gonna explain later about the car accident, it would be too easy for us to predict that specific individual that got into the car accident, right? Just to keep it in context, we're gonna talk about this in a bit. So for me, it was like, the mom never kind of finished her sentence. And about, for example, what did you do to Wes? And she said she wants to say something. So me, it's either Wes is not dead, but again, I'm trying to go back to the actual scene in the last season when they killed Wes. So I'm questioning myself, Dominic killed Wes, right?
Yeah, that's what we know.
That's what we know. Dominic killed Wes. From what we see, it's not Daydream.
No.
Okay, so Wes.
Didn't he kill Wes and took Wes to that house? And then, Wes
was already inside Annalise's house and the house burnt, but the body went missing, right?
Yeah.
So we don't know where the body is.
right.
That's what I'm saying. So like, there's a lot of confusion unless that part with Dominic didn't actually happen. Is what I'm trying to I'm confused.
No, it actually happened.
It actually happened. So Wes is there, but I feel like he probably might have been alive, and then Frank killed him. I don't know. It's just
I don't think Frank. I would be devastated if Frank did that. Like this Frank we're talking about.
yeah.
But
I don't think he would because that would just mean that Annalise forgave him because he's really loyal to Annalise and all that stuff. I don't think he would think there's what
yeah.
else?
That's true.
How do we see comments on her? I feel like people are commenting and I can't see it.
So that's one. Two, Bonnie.
Bonnie, I think Bonnie died in this episode or got into a car accident
Yeah.
because she found out that her boss, the attorney general or whatever, is involved. Like he's involved in the madness with Laurel's dad.
Yeah.
So she basically like snitched, right? She told. But no, he found her. So remember, there's a scene where Bonnie goes to the police station with a purse full of money to get. What was she out looking for?
Bonnie was looking to know who took the hard drive before she got to the police station.
Before she got to the police station.
Good question though. Why did Laurel's mom want to pay off Wes?
So Wes would. She didn't like Wes for Laurel.
I feel like it's deeper than that. Maybe because she knows Wes is Mahoney's dad.
It could be that.
Because the mom and dad were
And she called him Christoph all the time too. So I think she could know that he's a Mahoney. But right now, like for us watching, we just know that she doesn't like Wes for Laurel.
This is going to be one hell of a fan.
Yeah. And my question is like, it's like Wes knew that he would go missing or something would happen to him because he recorded that onto a USB. He copied it onto a USB and hid the USB, and Frank is the one who found it in that slot.
Okay, Wes is not dead.
I don't know. We'll see.
It would hurt just knowing after all of this, bringing him back and forth, that he's actually dead. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's something that the writers are doing a great job. Sean the writers is consistently tripping me out.
Yeah, so that's for the catch up with how to get away with murder. Rick Ross is out of the hospital.
Yes, Rick Ross is out of the hospital. Last week he was hospitalized. We're not sure exactly what was the cause. Multiple sources say it was due to heart problems. Some say it was pneumonia. We don't know exactly what the causes were that brought him to the hospital, but he is back, up and running. And as well as that, he answered to 50 Cent. So 50 Cent got a bit of heat because he said, well, he's a druggie anyways, and he died, we don't care, type thing like that. And then Rick Ross responded that, pull up, you know where we at, and all that stuff. So it's fair to say that once you're at 50 Cent, you're an enemy for life. But it's good to see Rick Ross back on his feet.
I was just surprised because Rick Ross dropped a lot of weight. So when I heard it was heart problems, I was like, how? Like he must be healthier because like do you remember what Rick Ross used to look like?
Oh man.
Okay? Like clearly.
But you know what though? Maybe it's because it's either A, because heart failure is something that happens it's kind of like it's weird to say, right? It's not one of those like I would say illnesses you get, diseases you get, just like that. Either it was like in the family, documented, or because of something, right?
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's also lack of exercise as well.
Okay.
To a certain extent, like you said, though, he did work out, got into shape, lost a bit of weight. But the question is, did he stop completely doing drugs, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So was he still, quote unquote, drinking, or smoking, whatever the case may be? Not saying that has an effect on your body. I don't want to generalize that, but it could probably lead up to all those complications.
Okay. I guess what's important is that he's out, so he must be doing okay. His family did not really comment on it, so I mean, that's that. Jaylen Brown of the Boston Celtics had a scary fall.
Oh, that was one of those falls where, man, like knocked on wood, man could have died on the court.
Oh, really?
You didn't see the fall, right?
No.
The fall was, so he went for a dunk. And it's common sometimes that you lose your grip, and he fell on his neck.
Oh.
And he was shaking in the ground, but he got up on his 2 feet and walked off the court.
Okay.
So he's playing on concussion. And again, it's one of those freak accidents you see on a basketball court. It was scary. It was almost as bad as Gordon Hayward.
Oh,
The guy that did
yeah.
But to be honest with you, I think it was worse than Gordon Hayward because he could have died.
Yeah.
Gordon Hayward broke his leg, destroyed his leg. You know what I mean? It was one of those. So generally, get better, big guy.
Okay. Get Out. So the Oscars. I watched that in Vancouver. So when we watched it, it was like 5 p.m. Just saying.
So you actually watched it actual LA time?
Yeah, we did.
Because it said at 5.
Yeah. So we watched it there. Get Out won an Oscar for Best Original Screenplay, which is pretty amazing. Peele said that apparently he wrote part of the movie High. I mean,
it makes sense. Hypnosis, the whole shebang. It makes sense now, Jordan. The deer.
I had never seen Get Out up until the Oscars, and after the Oscars we watched it.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Don't you agree that the leading actor should have won Best Performing Actor?
So the leading actor was the black guy.
Yeah.
He should have won something. He hasn't won an award yet for anything.
It sucked because going back at Get Out, it was just the acting and just the non-verbal acting too. Like his eyes are so big, starts crying. You're like,
Yeah.
like damn.
I was nervous watching that movie.
Oh, that was a scary movie, yo.
So I have to. Okay, so is there some reality? There's some reality in that.
No, it was all fictional. It's really
No,
about.
I mean like for you black guys watching the movie. Like is there some reality?
You're like, man, I am not going to anyone else's house. They're gonna try to take my natural ability, try to put it into theirs.
I asked my brother and he's like no, and I'm like okay.
Well, you know what? There was a singer last year because Big Get Out was last year.
Yeah.
And we were like, yo, this looks like a Get Out neighborhood. You know? And it's like we're in Orleans, bro. And this looks like a Get Out neighborhood. Watch out, they're gonna come out any second. There.
No, I feel like there must be like if there's a movie about it, there must be some like.
I will tell you the part where I knew the movie was messed up. It's when they hit the deer, and I know how white girls are. They like animals, they care for animals. And she did not give 2 cents about the animal. I'm like, no, you cannot trust this girl. She didn't say anything about the deer.
No, it's like it just happened.
And he too, he's like, you're not gonna say anything about the deer? I was like, she didn't say anything about the deer. Red alert, get out of the house. And when the dad's like, oh, I would have voted for Tom on my 3rd term. I'm like, get out of the house.
I was just like, that's not a reason. That's not a validation.
Yo.
That doesn't mean anything.
If that was me, I would have cut.
Oh, he's not racist. He would have voted, or he voted for Obama. No, that's not like. I'm sorry.
It was wild.
What else? I think that's it. So we did have a concert that we started, and a lot of people participated, but we're going to talk about that at the end.
Oh, for the contest?
Yeah, for the contest. So how are we doing with time?
Good.
We good? Okay, so hot topics. Presto cards. We're now going to be able to reload them at Shoppers Drug Mart. This news came out, I think, I was either in Vancouver, a bit before Vancouver, and I was pretty excited. But my question around this is, already people can reload their card online, but that takes 24 hours-ish to appear on the card. So if you do it tonight, tomorrow, it's not going to work. So I'm wondering, with this reloadable machine we're going to have as shoppers, is that something when we go, if I upload it like, okay, it's the last day of the month, will it work like the next day or right away? That's my only.
I think it should work. It should be the same system as when you go to see them at the bus station. It should be the same system. Like you pay it and it works automatically.
Have you used it in Toronto?
No.
No. I wonder if in Toronto it's automatic.
Question: is there something like that in Vancouver? By any chance?
Yes, they use. It's not Presto. It's called Compass.
Yeah.
And that means you use it right away.
What's it called? GTP or Vancouver Transportation?
What is it called? I forget what it's called. I forget what it's called.
Yo,
No, like the like us, it's also Transpo. In Vancouver, I forget what it's called.
Skyline?
Oh yeah, the SkyTrain.
dope.
SkyTrain, yeah, it's called
So they
SkyTrain.
don't have like buses? Or
Yep.
They do have buses. The buses, I forget what it's called. But the train that they have, like we're gonna have the the light rail.
Yeah.
Then it's called the SkyTrain.
That's so cool.
Train.
The T-Train?
C-Train.
C-Train?
C-Train, that's lit.
So there's that. So yeah, so it's for us. It's going to be in April. It's going to start. In Ottawa, apparently there's 50 Shoppers Drug Marts, so people will have a lot of options to go. And yeah, so my only question around that is hopefully this will be the same system as if you went in person. Just you do it on your own time. But then also, does that mean that they're going to cut jobs? Is that going to start after the Wales? If that's going to cut jobs, right? Like, are they going to, or cut hours? Are they going to reduce hours, right? Because now you have 50 locations where you can go do this by yourself.
My thing is with the Presto, is that I like the idea, right? But I'm still a bit of an old school Ottawa guy.
Mm-hmm.
I like the bus passes. You know what I mean? No, but like, to me, it's like, you pay that $360 whatever amount the bus passes cost for the whole year.
Yeah.
Call it a day.
Yeah.
You're always constantly reloading money into this. Like, think about it, right? Don't they have annual bus passes anymore?
No.
See, this is where it's whack. If you pay three bills, you know for three bills for the 12 months, you know you're good, you have a bus pass. Now it's like, every month I gotta reload money. So, let's say if I put 500 bucks in my Presto.
No.
It's
It's going to be like a pay as you go.
Yeah, it's gonna be passed.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is where we're getting hustled. The annual bus pass made more sense. People that work in the government, if they had annual bus passes and I had annual bus passes, I wouldn't take my car. Because I know that my bus pass can bring me from here to work and back, and I don't need to worry about this for the year. I did this on January 18th, January.
Yeah.
Then the next year, I know I'm good. So that's my beef.
They're not going to bring it back because we save. They don't save. They don't make money off of the yearly bus pass, right?
No.
They just they know like every year it's gonna, well at this point it's like every 6 months there's a hike. That's where they win. But if there's an option for us to pay $360 for the year, then we only pay what?
I would vote for anybody running for mayor that actually puts this back up there. You see what I'm saying? You gotta put that back up there because you're not helping Ottawa citizens with transportation. Like, to me, it makes no sense. And as well as that, that's a great initiative, putting the Presto on the Shoppers Drug Mart.
Yeah.
Now we're also going to see a lot of moves, I'm talking about the crooked moves that you crooked people that do the Presto moves.
What?
So I can't talk about it, but there's a lot of people that do that little Presto situation.
Okay, I need to know about this after.
When they're like, yo, toss me your Presto and I got you. Never heard that? Trust. Yeah, I remember when it first started, I was there.
Guys, get a job and buy your own Presto.
It's pretty legal money though. It's actually legal money.
No. Anyway, so I'm excited for that. In April, they didn't say what day in April, so I'm assuming it's April 1st, April 2nd.
Oh.
Oh, 2 minutes? Okay. So I'm assuming it's first day of April, this is going to work. So we're going to take a short break and we'll come back with the rest of the hot topics.
And we are back.
We're back with a mini segment on Mois de la Francophonie. So, in English, I would translate in like the month of French Revolution. I don't know.
So it's pretty much Mois de la Francophonie in French, and in English it would be Mois de la Francophonie. We'll just give all our French listeners that listens to us on a weekly basis. So pretty much for this month, we decided to talk about a French artist, somebody influential in the community, in the world.
But before you get into that,
Yes.
so the month Mois de la Francophonie is to, I guess, to commemorate, right?
Yes.
It's a month to look at all these influential people
Yes.
in different across the country, you know, that are doing it.
And not only that, Cass, but also to discuss about issues
Yeah.
that Francophone students face. Either it's at university,
Yeah.
either it's at the college level.
Yeah.
So it was passed, so by 2020, we will have a first ever French university, and it's going to be in Toronto. So French university,
Really?
like only French university.
And they decided for it to be in Toronto?
Yeah, it's going to be in Toronto.
Is there a demand? Like, wait, I
In
don't
Ontario. Because
In
you're-
Ontario.
In Ontario. In Ontario, to be
Okay.
more specific.
Okay.
In Ontario.
And let's not forget, I was looking up Mois de la Francophonie, and it's not just Canada. It's in other countries, other continents. So there's like Spanish, right? And then there's in the Caribbeans. So, you know, maybe while we're doing this, we can look at other
Yeah.
Francophonie people.
Exactly.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe we might know someone we don't even realize they're from the Caribbean or they're from like a Spanish country.
Yeah, and as well as that, right? Like you'll see different French panels
Yeah.
going on, probably at different high schools, universities as well, to talk about, you know, just overall rights in terms of books. One of the biggest issues
Yeah.
that a lot of French students face when they go to a French university,
Yeah.
well, quote unquote bilingual university,
Yeah.
is that they would like to say, hey, well, if I'm in a French class, why is my book in English?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
It's there's always one little situation that happens in regards to stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I would say by like 2020, equality in terms of just bilingualism for education is going to be more stable as that university gets established. With that being said, right, so Mois de la Francophonie, just to talk about artists or people that are influential.
Yeah.
So for this week, I wanted to start it off with a rapper.
Okay.
So he goes by the name of Maître Gims.
Okay.
He's a French rapper. He's big in France,
Okay.
big in the Caribbeans, almost all French-related countries,
Okay.
and even in the States a bit. So he just shot, I would say, a video of Floyd Mayweather. So his album, his album is dropping. So check this out. His album is dropping, I would say, at the end of March,
Okay.
and it's gonna have 40 songs.
40 songs.
40 songs. So he's
Okay.
doing a Chris Brown, and he's the one that did Ça pique comme jamais, ça pique comme jamais. Anyways, it's him. And the reason why I chose him was because he's from a group called Section d'Assaut. They were super, super hot way back in the day. They had albums like L'Apogée and So Far, and then the group split. And out of the split, he became one of the successful ones. And like he's a massive star. Like he's like the French version of Kanye West.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, to put it at that level, he has great songs. Like I'll show you his songs, you'll be obsessed. Like he's legit. It's not just rap.
Okay.
He's a great rapper, but also he can sing. And his voice is very particular because it has a certain bass in it,
Okay.
and just the way he goes with melodies. He's known
Okay.
for melodies. And so pretty much he left Section d'Assaut, built his solo career up, and really did a name for himself by just creating different genres inside of rap. And what I mean by different genres inside of rap is that obviously we have rap, but we also have something called pop rap now.
Yeah.
So like, if y'all don't know what pop rap is, it's really mainstream rap. When people say mainstream rap sounds the same. But in France, what's cool about that is that pretty much their pop rap is more singing. So in French, it's more singing, and there's also called Afro trap. So it's a bit of an Afro vibe
Okay.
with rap beats related. So they kind of incorporate their background and their cultures in it. And again, right, Maître Gims, I think he's doing something great in the French community. And not only just because of what he's doing in terms of as an artist, but just overall as giving back to where he's from. And as well as that explaining to himself different times in front of French politicians that he never got a French citizenship.
Yeah, okay.
Which is crazy, right? Because a lot of people in France would like to say, well, yeah, like France is not racist or whatever the case may be. He goes on air on multiple times saying France is racist. And my family almost got deported numerous times. And even though I'm a star now, I will not be getting my French citizenship. He said it's not a priority for him as he respects his descendants. And that's one of the biggest things that I found pretty much cool with that. And as well as that, just like I said, back to the, it's giving kids the opportunity to create different music, right? Not just talk about drugs, not just talk about, you know, like trap on the road.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that, but that's my boy Big Shot. But it was a dope point. And that's pretty much it with regards to that. So that's meant to be given. And keep doing your thing, and then...
Next week, it'll be my turn to present who I picked to talk about for Month de la Francophonie. So this month, we're just going to alternate. So next week will be my turn, and then it'll be registered again the following week. In sports, so the NFL Combine was this past week. I saw a bit, like on Facebook, there were a few clips of them. And for the NFL Combine, there was this person who tried. His name was Shaquem Griffin, who was born with an amniotic syndrome. I feel like I'm missing a word. Amniotic syndrome.
Amniotic syndrome.
Yeah. Do you know what that is?
So he was born with an underdeveloped hand.
Yeah, but do you know what that is? Do you know what causes that?
What causes it?
So I looked it up. It's basically, so the fetus in the mother's stomach, so there's going to be, sometimes there's injuries inside the membranes, but the mother won't feel it. They call it like a painless ruptures or whatever. And it's amnions. I think it's called amnions, that like rip, and they become like cords, and they wrap around like the arm or the leg. And so that could cause underdevelopment, right? Because it's like,
it's like squeezing.
As it's growing, it's squeezing the thing, right? Or the baby could be born like they have to cut off. You know when like there's no circulation? Yeah, there's that. So that's the...
It's crazy. So pretty much, I think at around the age of 4, the parents saw him trying to cut off his hand because he was in so much pain. And then they suggested, well, they not suggested, they amputated the hand. But that never stopped him from playing sports. And he has been super active in terms of the sports that he played. And it's amazing to see that he was able to play football, because obviously with basketball, it would be a bit harder to play basketball with one hand. But football, which is dope, he was able to excel at football and track and field. And the combine came in, and I want to put you in perspective, Kaz, about the stats he's done. So there's something called the 40-yard dash. So are you familiar with 100 meters in track?
100, yeah.
So almost like 40 meters.
Yeah.
Because that's in yards, right? So 40 meters. So he's a linebacker. Linebackers in football are a bit heavier guys on defense. So linebackers, typically the best ones in the States run 4.45, 4.46. You know, a great linebacker runs a 4.4 something.
4.50.
Yeah, like 4.50. You know,
or 4.40.
But he ran a little less.
He ran faster than running backs and even some corners and receivers. He ran a 4.38.
But then you say the better ones run like 4.4 something.
And he even ran better than them as well.
Oh, okay, I get it. Okay.
At his own position.
Okay.
So that's like a record in a couple of years.
Okay.
Since I think the last linebacker did that in terms of running a 4.38. And when you saw him play, because the first time when I saw his highlights, I was like, man, he's quick. Like, this is like abnormal speed for a linebacker. I'm like, and that's God, imagine if he had another hand. We're probably looking, and even with no hand, we're probably looking at, hopefully, if his career goes well, he's for sure finishing a great, like, player. If not, like, very solid pro.
but he's special. There's something special about this kid. You know what I mean? And he also bench pressed 225 20 times with a prosthetic hand. So that's pretty much impressive.
Yeah.
225 20 times with a prosthetic hand.
Yeah.
And again, right, like anything's possible.
Yeah, I read about him. So his dad, apparently this passion like stems from a long time ago, like in his early years, and his dad saw that, and he basically transformed their garage into like a gym. And like every day after school, his dad would wait for him, and like they would do like workouts or whatever, whatever drills you guys do in football. And he said his dad always tested stuff before he made his son do it. So if it's safe to do it on one hand, like the dad tried it, it's safe to do it, then he's gonna do it. And like apparently his dad was super intense in the training, and like it really helped him. For now, and he said that a lot of people have told him that, you know, he has one hand and football is for two hands, you know, he can't. But what do you think of it? Like apparently there's a baseball player in the 1980s, I think, that played baseball with one hand.
Yeah, as a pitcher. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, like, there's I forget what her name is. I think her last name is Cox, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But she had no hands, or one hand or something. She had no hands, and she did jujitsu, and she won like the highest you could get. Like, so I mean, I think this is like a good like talk to the hand type thing. Like this guy clearly is doing well. Do we think that he's actually gonna make it to the NFL?
Yeah, he's making it. Like for sure, come. Like you have to. This is your job interview.
Okay.
And he passed the job interview.
Okay.
So is he gonna be a high pick? He might boost up, right? He might move up, but for sure, like me looking at this, I don't see where he can't play. Like he played 3 years of college.
Yeah.
He's about to get his college degree as well. I don't see where this man can't play football.
Yeah.
Like maybe fine, NFL, the guys are a bit bigger. He's gonna get bigger too. And think about it this way: the longer he stays in the NFL, the bigger he's gonna get.
Yeah.
The stronger he's gonna be. You know what I mean? And it's a testament to hard work. And I'm a big believer in hard work pays off. Everything's possible. You just gotta put work in it. You can't be lazy. You know what I mean? There's no shortcuts to success.
No.
You really have to really put your work, dedication to your craft, and that's what Shaquem did.
Yeah.
And then he's about to become another member of his family, his brother, his twin brother, not twin, his older brother actually, plays for the Seahawks.
They're not twins. I swear they were twins.
I thought they were twins, they're not.
They're not? Oh,
He's
okay.
older. He plays for the Seahawks, different positions. He's a corner, and he's about to be another millionaire in his family.
Good for him. Good for him. And in the NBA, so James Harden is apparently making way for.
So James Harden is doing his thing. I mean, listen, he had a 60-point triple-double at one point during the season.
I remember everyone was talking about it.
So like, think about it. Like, man's hit double digits and freaking quadruple digits in points, which is crazy. Anthony Davis just got hurt, so AD.
I know, yeah.
He just got hurt, so the race was a bit. Here's the thing: I kind of believe the NBA doesn't want James Harden to win.
Why?
Because last year he should have won. They gave it to Westbrook. They gave it to Westbrook, which I think was fair but unfair. But the only reason why Westbrook won it was because he did something that was never done since like 1960.
Yeah.
So I understand that, but James Harden has been proven for the past 2 years that he is arguably the most valuable player in the NBA in terms of team. Take James Harden out of the Houston Rockets, they're horrible. And the reason why I say this is they're better than Golden State right now, and they were on I forgot how many games, it ended yesterday.
Yeah, they were on a 14 game winning streak.
14 game winning streak, they lost to Toronto in Toronto. That was a wild game. You see Drake talking to Trevor Ariza, trying to get in his head. So pretty much with that, James Harden is leading number one. Anthony Davis, they were on a craze. So Anthony Davis is the guy that has a unibrow.
Yes.
And he twisted his ankle.
Yeah.
So that was sad because he's that force for his team. They lost DeMarcus Cousins to an Achilles injury. That was like another one of his teammates.
Okay. And
pretty much she took the team. And like I'm talking about like 45 points, 20 rebounds, 10 assist type games. This is big boy talk, you know? And so James Harden is doing good. LeBron's putting in good work.
Yeah.
But the thing is with LeBron is that for LeBron to win MVP, he has to be the best player on the best team.
But he is the best player.
Yeah, but the team. But that's what I'm saying, right?
If LeBron wanted to, he could have won MVP for the last 3 years.
But
also the NBA doesn't want to give the same player MVP every year.
So who votes for to get?
I think it's a bunch of sports writers.
It's a lot of sports writers and some NBA in the board of the NBA as well.
Okay, and so because I read that they obviously look at stats, but they also look at the story, like the success story of the person.
And that's bothering me because.
But that's James Harden we're talking about, right?
Yeah, but the thing is,
because his story is he should have won a long time ago, and finally
that's one way to see it. But
think
about it, if Anthony Davis doesn't get hurt. I could see them giving Anthony Davis the MVP because of his story. He lost his big teammate who was an all-star, took the team literally to his back. Meanwhile, James Harden is out here better than Golden State. They're legit. The Houston Rockets are taking people from different freaking teams, bringing them there, and it's like they've been there.
Oh, okay.
Like Houston is very good.
Okay.
So yeah, that's bad.
How are you doing on time?
I'm actually
Good. Okay, so Donald Trump is being sued by a porn star. He's also going to be getting the flop star of the week, and here's why. So
let's say flop star.
So her name is Stormy Daniels, aka Peggy Peterson.
Wait, I'm trying to understand which one is her porn star name.
Stormy Daniels. Stormy Daniels.
I thought it was Peggy.
No, Peggy Peterson is her name, is her alias in the contract, right? Because in the contract, Donald Trump also has an alias, and his name is David Davison.
Yo, what's
what? Right?
Yeah.
So she's suing Donald Trump because their non-disclosure agreement said in it says that she's not supposed to talk about their sexual relations and his relations with other people. Because he may have shared that with her, so she's not allowed to share any of that. She signed it, her lawyer signed it, Donald Trump's lawyer signed it, but Trump did not sign it. So basically, because Donald Trump did not sign it, it's not a legitimate, it's not enforced, so she can do whatever she wants, right? So now she's turning around and she's basically just suing him. And what happened was, before the election, in 2016, they approached her. So his lawyer, Trump's lawyer, approached her and was like, I'm going to pay you $130,000 for you to not say anything.
That's it, Trump?
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I'm like, $130,000 for me to stay quiet.
Trump, she took it.
No, she didn't take it. I think what happened was she was preparing to go public with this story. And what happened was, I think what I read was he deposited the money. He had the money deposited in her account. So she didn't accept it. It was deposited. So because the money's in your account now, you have to. You're not saying anything. I think that's what happened.
Man, and I already see the conversation. I will build a big wall, and I have the best lawyers in America.
He's not, I think that's his position right now. He hasn't really commented on it. I think that he's just going to say that he didn't do it. But if your lawyer is saying that he is the one that paid out of his pocket for her to stop talking, then you didn't do it. You guys did have sex. This was in 2006, 2007.
What's the first lady's name again?
Melania.
Poor Melania.
He cheated on Melania.
Poor Melania.
Was it after she just gave birth?
She gave birth to around the time she gave birth to Barron.
Wait, to Barron or Donald Trump?
Barron.
That's the youngest one.
Yeah.
I always call him Donald Trump Jr. because they look the exact same.
Yeah.
Poor Barron. Melania left Russia to come to this scandal.
Yeah.
We're gonna make a big wall. I got the best lawyers.
I think he low-key mistreats her, but that's just my opinion, But
it's a fake story. It looks good, outdoors. I know for sure they don't sleep in the same bed. They have their own room. You know what I'm saying? They do their own thing. It's all set up. There's nothing that can tell me, honestly.
It's not a true marriage. I don't think it's a true marriage.
It's like one of the guys say, right? It's like The Hurt. it's this sportscaster. He always talks about basketball, but he relates it to like marriage.
Yeah.
It's like one of those where you get home, you don't have time for your wife, you're helping the kids with homework, you bring the other kid to practice, but y'all don't even know what's going on in your own worlds. They're not connected, and that's what it is with Donald Trump.
Yeah, so because of that, Donald Trump, you're getting the Flop Star award this week, just because like you're losing at your own game, basically.
Is it fair
we
to
all
say?
know that you did it. What's fair to say?
He's the wackest president to ever.
He is, and they're actually saying, like, people are saying, this is any other president, this would be it for you. This would be it for you, like, you're not president anymore, like, this is big, this is a big scandal.
If this was Obama.
This is a big, if this was Obama, they would, like, tear him up.
The African American.
You know, like, that
Barack
would,
Obama.
it would be over for him. But like Donald Trump is so like has such high like stature that it's like he's almost invincible at this point. But they think that this might be a turning point in his. This might affect the voting for his next term.
I'm kind of scared for his next term, just because I feel like
I don't think he's gonna get a next term.
you know what's funny?
Because people did not know that this happened when they voted for him.
Yeah.
They're saying in the news that voters, what's her name, the spokesperson, the woman there, Huckabee.
Sandra?
I forget her name, Sarah Huckabee or something like that. She said that people voted for him and they knew he did this. No, they did not. This came out after in January.
Is she a Fox News anchor?
I feel like that's where they picked her up.
You know what I'm scared? I'm just scared that he uses the same Bush tactics and creates a war.
Yeah.
And that's the only way he can win, if he creates a war. Because Americans do not like changing leadership during the course of a war. And that's what I feel. I'm afraid that he does that, and that would be the only way that he gets reelected. For sure, guaranteed.
I want to say that they're not going to vote for him.
Oprah, Michelle, please go run. Please
I
go
feel like
run.
Oprah's saying right now she's not going to run, just to like calm everyone down. But like when the time comes, she will.
No, but
run.
the reason why it would be so dope is because think about it, right? The queen's getting old. Like the monarchy is going back to a king. So since the monarchy is going back to a king, it would be dope to see a female president.
They're not ready for that.
Bro.
It's not, we're talking about US and England, two different things.
I know, but still, it'd be dope.
I think it's going to be a while before we see a female president and a female black president.
They need Oprah. Or Michelle.
So that's it for Flop Star of the Week. Congratulations. I feel like Donald Trump has gotten this before.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Jesus. Anyways, how are you doing on time?
We're doing
We're
great.
good. So, relationship question this week. We normally do it from out of the box, but Reggie did this week because I was away. So
yeah, I was being a great co-host.
Yes, you were.
I did everything. I tried my best. You should have saw that little document I wrote.
So the question this week is: should it be okay if a girl does not offer to pay when she goes out with a guy?
Yes, it is okay if a girl does not offer to pay when she goes out with a guy. It is completely okay.
Why?
It is completely acceptable.
Okay, what's your reasoning?
The reasoning is simple. I'm an old school guy, and behind it is an OG once told me, if you do not have money, do not get a girlfriend.
Okay.
And it's if a girl offers you to go out, yeah, but 95% of the time, a guy asks a girl out. So when you ask somebody out in common sense, and this is for all you little kids around the world listening to our show, when you offer something to someone, you're paying.
Okay.
And let's be clear about it, okay? You're offering to take somebody out, you're gonna have to pay. And it's okay for a woman not to pay because you asked her for her time. And she doesn't owe you anything other than showing up.
Okay.
I think that's what it is. And I'm gonna stick by these words. And the reason why I say that is because, again, right, we're in a generation where we feel like, I truly respect women that do that. 100%. 110%. What? Because you brought it out, you're gonna So I'm gonna, hey Samina, let's go out, first date ever. Yeah, you're paying. No. I slid in the DMs. I made the effort. I tried to get at you. I had to pass those tests.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? And the only time that it's not like acceptable, and even then, right? So when you're in a relationship, a lot of guys are prideful, and it's fair to have, you know, like, hey, I'll pay, it's 50-50, it's 50-50 split. No, this week I'm kind of like paying for this or paying for that. Yeah, you can pay this week, right? But when it's first encounters, whatever the case may be, it's not that she's a gold digger or a gold digger or anything like that. She just doesn't owe you that.
Okay. So if a guy invites a girl out to go eat, then yes, if you invited someone to go eat somewhere, then you're gonna pay for it because you're asking this person to come eat with you.
Yeah.
If it's the girl, because we live in a time right now where girls want to eat all the time, so if you're the girl asking the guy to go out to eat, unless you said, can you take me out to eat, you're paying for the meal.
Facts.
Okay? Now, if you're in a relationship, I just think that it should be split. So like, hey, okay, I'll pay this time. Oh, you pay. Like in my relationship, he pays most of the time, and sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm paying, all right? Like I'm paying this time. He pays way too much, but I don't like the idea of how it's an expectation for guys to pay for every date. Like I don't know, I'm not into it, and I kind of feel like guys won't really say it, but the guys that are in a relationship or that date a lot, if the girl is constantly like digging into your pockets, it's a turn off, right? Because she's taking your money. Guys don't want to be with someone unless you're sugar daddy. Guys don't want to be with someone.
Well, how do we call them? Sponsors. We call them sponsors.
Yeah.
Shout out to all my girls out there on Instagram stunning when you got a sponsor.
Oh Lord.
Okay, like there's nothing more. Oh yeah, I got the sauce on your sponsor, guys.
Okay, that's a good point.
I forgot what I was saying.
Finish the podcast.
I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, I just feel like guys now, like they don't like when girls, like they don't like paying all the time. Like, I'm sorry, I would not like to pay all the time either because I'm trying to save, for my life. I have payments to make, and I'll just, like I just.
You're right? I guess it's a question of context as well.
Yeah.
Seeing how or what the situation is.
Yeah.
But if we go by stats, which are not proven right now, but I'm positively sure that if a girl is asked out on a date, a guy asked me. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, if whoever invites the person to go eat is paying for the bill.
Facts.
Like totally. But the thing where like it's an ongoing like situation, you guys are dating or in a relationship, like because some people still go by that, like I'm going on a date, the girl goes on a date with the guy, and the guy has to pay each time. No, it's not true. Like he pays often for the dinners. When you go to the movie, offer to pay for the movies. If you guys travel a lot, do a lot of road trips, offer to pay for the first trip. Exactly. I don't know, because he's gonna cheat on you with someone who doesn't do that, or he's going to leave you, or you guys are going to argue all the time. Like it's not going to look nice at one point.
Yeah, I agree. I think we kind of have the same situations.
Yeah. So.
And yeah, just to finish, back to I was saying, and this goes to all you girls in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, Outaouais, Gatineau, Pembroke, and the Valley. Shout out to y'all sponsors. Yeah, I need to stop going on Instagram, and I want this to be put on the Instagram. To all of y'all that have sponsors, I repeat, to all of y'all that have sponsors, to all of y'all that have sponsors,
alleged sponsors
that are probably called Eric Daniels, Maxim Peterson, whatever the case may be.
Are you naming real people right now?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm just throwing names. Don't take it personal if your name was actually named out. All of y'all sponsors, y'all should bless them so much.
The contest.
We are back.
Yes, we're back with our final mini segment of the day. So we started a contest. Our second contest for the Nordique spa. So it's basically, we're all familiar with it. A lot of people do it. It's a Nordique spa contest. It's a post, and then you have to go on the post, like it, share it, and then tag a friend that you most likely would be taking with you.
Follow the page.
And follow the page. So that's what we're doing. So we created a post like midweek, and it's basically you have to go on our page, on our Power Circle Ottawa page on Facebook. You have to like the page. You have to like the original post. So you have to scroll down. If you haven't done it yet, you have to scroll down the page, find the original post, like it, tag a friend that you would go with, and share the post. That's good?
Yeah, and on Instagram it's a bit different.
Yeah, on Instagram, like you can't share on Instagram. So on Instagram you just have to, I guess it would be just like it and tag a friend that you would go with.
And then we pick from like a random name?
Yeah. So a lot of people have participated.
Yeah, it was wild.
Like, thank you to everyone who's participating. It makes it more fun because there's a lot more people, and now like your chances get lower to win. So thank you to everyone who's participated. It runs.
I saw
until...
beef too.
What?
Yeah, I saw beef on the post. Dude, you didn't tag me.
Oh.
When shared the post, dude, you forgot to tag me.
Oh my
but you
God.
tagged another friend.
Another friend. But yeah, so I'm super excited to see like more people participate even more. Every day people participate. So I'm excited to see like all the names. Like we're gonna organize it obviously in a way for us to be able to cut up all the names, put it in a bowl, and regardless if this falls on a week that we normally don't have a video recording of the podcast, we're gonna do a live. Like I don't care where it is, off a bridge somewhere. We're gonna do a live with the bowl, and we're gonna announce it on Facebook Live. We'll let you know. I guess when we get closer to the time, we'll let you know what the situation is. And if we have to do like a live, not on our usual Saturday 2 p.m., we'll let you know so you can tune in and watch.
Funny enough, I tagged Kevin Hart on it too. I tagged Kevin Hart, I shared it, tagged Kevin Hart. But I deleted it after. Why? I don't know, I just didn't want people to be like, yo, what's Reggie doing on?
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
God.
But that's
What's the deadline?
I believe it's either April 27 or April 28 at 10 a.m. I think.
April 28 at 10 a.m. So you have until April 28 at 10 a.m. to go do that. So good luck to everyone who's participated, to everyone who will participate, and I'm excited to see who will win this.
I can't wait to see who wins. I hope somebody wins and are happy about it. Again, right? Power Circle giving their second giveaway.
Yeah.
This is so dope. You know, it doesn't happen every day like this. So
Yeah.
make sure y'all do this contest for real. And show next week, update on that.
So there's a show next week. I don't think we have a guest. We don't have a guest next week. It's just gonna be us again. So yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, a big shout out to all our listeners around the world. Shout out to South Korea. Shout out to Vietnam as well. It might be a shock for y'all about Vietnam. I watched the movie and it was called Safe Trip. And then they escaped from Vietnam. Well, they escaped where they were at and they went to Vietnam. So that touched me. So I just wanted to say big shout out to Vietnam. And big shout out to all the Power Circle loves around the world. Shout out to that. Shout out to Hillcrest High School. You already know what it is. And last but not least, shout out to everybody that said something about my hairline. The Super Bowl's past us. It's done. It's a wrap. And I am humbled.
Oh, and thank you. Shout out to Dreamers Boulevard. They gave us our shirts. Can you see the shirt? I'm trying to
Dreamers.
see myself. Yes, you can see the shirt. They gave us a shirt. I'm wearing it today. It's comfortable. I love it. So shout out to them. They came a couple weeks ago to do an interview, and it was great. We will have it for you guys soon. So shout out to them.
Oh, and shout out to, Sabrina's not impressed, but shout out to, last but not least, Ted Kabongo, my cousin. He's back from Maine University. He's a football player. He's out here chilling. And I'm trying to devote my time between my girl and my boys at home, making sure I feel like a dad, yo. But shout out to y'all. And then as well as that, like I said, to all you girls out there that have sponsors, embrace them, give them a big hug, even though you know they got wife and kids at home.
See you next time.